So the end? Got everything is fine. No head in that picture. Ugh, another terrible morning. Boo, why is my face always so stupid? I wonder what the others at school think. Well, it's not that I care too much, I just don't want to be branded a loser on my first day. Cheer up, there's nothing wrong with looking different. That's not what defines you, after all. Hey, hurry up. Yes, Mom. Okay, that's probably like a memory, I think. Oh! Oh my! Ugh, another terrible morning. Boo, why is my face always so stupid? I wonder what the others at school will think. Well, it's not that I care too much, I just don't want to be branded a loser on my first day. Cheer up, there's nothing wrong with looking different. That's not what defines you, after all. Hey, hurry up! Yes, Mom. It's gonna be even worse. Yeah, that's even worse. I imagine it would be hard to sleep when your neck is literally twisted several times around, Junji Ito style, or whatever his name is. Another terrible morning. Ooh, why is my face always so stupid? I wonder what the others at school will think. Well, it's not that I care too much, I just don't want to be branded a loser on my first day. Cheer up, there's nothing wrong with looking different. That's not what defines you, after all. Hey, hurry up. Yes, Mom. Ah, now you don't even have a face. It's not a problem anymore. Ugh, another terrible morning. Boo, why is my face always so stupid? I wonder what others at school think. Well, it's not that I care too much. I just don't want to be branded a loser on my first day. Cheer up, there's nothing wrong with looking different. It's not what defines you, after all. Hey, hurry up. Yes, Mom. Okay, you know what? Better. This is probably, out of the first couple of ones, probably the best. Your hair just looks insane. Ugh, another terrible morning. Boo, why is my face always so stupid? I think you mean hair this time. I wonder what the others at school will think. Well, it's not that I care too much, I just don't want to be branded a loser on my first day. Cheer up, there's nothing wrong with looking different. Feel like I'm almost gonna end up memorizing this little text chunk or whatever. I could monologue it from memory, which I couldn't, but just have read it a lot. It's not what defines you, after all. Hey, hurry up. Yes, Mom. Ah, now there's a second one of us who looks even more done with everything. Ugh, another terrible morning. Boo, why is my face always so stupid? I wonder what the others at school think. Well, it's not that I care too much. I just don't want to be branded a loser on my first day. Cheer up, there's nothing wrong with looking different. It's not what defines you, after all. Hey, hurry up. Yes, Mom. I don't even know what comes next. Ah, yes. Very big anime eyes. We've gone full anime. Instead of just the big eyes, they go all the way down to, like, our chest now. Ugh, another terrible morning. Boo, why is my face always so stupid? I wonder what the others at school think. Do I want to keep... I think you guys get the idea. We're just gonna, keep going. I'm a little tired of reading it. Okay, well, we've gone, for, instead of just 2 big eyes, 8 normalish eyes. Another terrible morning. It's not that I care too much. Cheer up. And then, yes, Mom. Ah, see? Now it's just not a problem. No head at all. You don't have a face to be worried about anymore. Like the headless horseman. Get a little pumpkin head. Ah, yes. Link face. Good morning. I feel wonderful today. Can't wait for my first day at school. Hey, hurry up. Yes, Mom. Ah, and now our hair is either all the way over our face or we have a backwards head, which is probably what it is. I like this animation too. It looks nice. Ah, we got the achievement Good Night. Milk outside a bag of milk outside a bag of milk. A game by Nikita Kirakov. I hope I said that right. So I guess that's one ending you can get. It's just a terrible, terrible dream. So I'll go through and try some other options, I think, and see if we can get a better ending. She never gave us the code word or whatever for her to tell us the story. She said she would remember to later, but she didn't. Okay, this is about her unstable behavior and if she should be upset if it makes her look bad. So we said yes last time, let's say no. A lot of people act like this. Really? There's nothing shameful about snapping at someone if you have a reason for that. Oh, this is the one we should have done the first time, I guess. You did have a reason, didn't you? You'll surely get better, believe me. And now start over. You're at it again. What do you mean? Never mind. I've changed my mind anyway. Please don't stay silent for this long anymore. Okay, so it kind of circled back around to what our conversation was like the first time. Fine. Okay. We'll say ... about finding her fireflies. They can be anywhere. Suddenly you hear a deafening ripple. The clock just hit midnight. It's so late already, but I can't go to bed right now. Will you help me? Please tell me you will help me. Okay, so dude, that's the thing. I have no idea. This is weird. You tell me. Ooh. Roll my sleeves and start rubbing my eyes intensely. They're so itchy. Question mark, question mark, question mark. Why are you crying? Question mark, question mark. So that's our options. My eyes are itchy. Did you drink milk? Or did he bring milk? Ooh. Did he bring milk? Maybe don't do that. I wonder if I tear out all my eyelashes one after another, will my eyes stop itching? How about you don't test that? Because I don't think it will help at all. I wonder if I tear out all my eyelashes one after another. All my eyelashes one after another. If I tear out all my eyelashes one after another, what have you done? I need to gather the glass, and then I need to have the bath, and then... Ooh, I don't like where this is going. Here, drink some milk. No. Okay, we got first death. I stand in the middle of the room, my mouth agape, gasping for air. I think I just experienced death, and I don't know any other way to explain what happened. Well, that was surely something. Will you tell me or not? About what? Let's look for the fireflies instead. You're acting weird. Help me instead of running your mouth. I've already had enough adventures before bed. Okay. Okay, we're finished searching without actually having finished searching. See what happens. I managed to gather my thoughts, but something still worries me. On the other hand, I wasn't supposed to be happy anyway. Why not? Go lose something and then find it. Oh yeah, okay, she already said this. How about you go get some fresh air? She probably won't do this. Yeah, I don't think it's a good idea. Why? This might sound silly, but I feel like someone's watching me. Alright, let's stay here. There's no way somebody cares about you that much. Last time we said, alright, let's stay here, so there's no way somebody cares about you that much. Just for a couple of minutes, okay? So now we're going out into the balcony. My apartment building looks like a bottomless cooking pot, but instead of soot, it has hundreds of concrete and metal boxes on its walls. There are lights on in the windows. There are muffled voices coming from the inside. The howling wind spirals up and splits into hundreds of independent streams. It seems like it wants to be heard by every person living here. It must feel so lonely living in an endless silence. The apartment building is pretty weird, isn't it? Yeah. I could see the horizon from my window before, and the building grew for miles in both directions. I guess at some point it circled around and closed on itself. Nothing unusual about that. How do you feel? Definitely feel. Sometimes that's more than enough. Still, you're anxious, aren't you? The circle she sees when she's scared of the letter O. Oh, maybe she also fell out of the window or something. That's why she had the physical therapy in the first game and like is in pain all the time now or something. Of course, moreover, I'm completely terrified. Wasn't that obvious? You're looking every direction but not up. I've already told you, haven't I? About what? You know, small stuff. Can small stuff make you terrified? It's hard to explain. I climb up the metal railing and let my legs hang down. I sneak short glances at the abyss from time to time. It replies with angry, cold breath. It's how we interact, like old friends. Sometimes I feel like the whole world pretends to be crazy, as if it's trying to make me believe in something that doesn't exist. It's weird, isn't it? Yes, but at the same time, it makes me feel a little bit happy. Everything around me was created for my sake, to deceive, trick, confuse me. If that's true, I guess I'm not so crazy myself, after all. You believing in this is the definition of craziness. You're probably right. Another gust of wind blasts against the pot's walls, smashing the glass to dust and blowing away the concrete crust. I, on the other hand, feel a gentle breeze that only ruffles my hair. I'm cold. Let's go back inside. Interesting little conversation we just had. I return to my room. Thankfully, it hasn't changed one bit during the minutes I was outside. What are you gonna do? What's with this silly question? I'm going to sleep, of course, hoping that tomorrow will only come after a year or a decade. Okay, yeah, and this is the same. Wait, unlocked a new achievement called You Won't Get It. And she just went to sleep. So I wake up on a wooden bench. In front of me lies a narrow, dimly lit alley, an awfully familiar road. Where could I have seen it? On your way to get milk, maybe? Finally. And it is her voice from the first game. Like that. I hear a voice coming from the side. I turn around and see a boy with a weird expression on his face. It is pretty weird. You're late. Who are you? The boy blinks in bewilderment. We're not going anywhere like this. Try again. Then he takes a very deep breath. You are late! I stare at him, confused. He stares back, also confused. Sorry? The boy nods, satisfied. See, much better. Do you have a name? Mine's Tresca. I give the brat an evaluating look. He's so young, yet already coming at me with questions like that. None of your business. Besides, won't you even tell me what I'm doing here? Hey, that's rude. It's not like there's somebody else here besides me. Haven't they told you anything? I know all there is to know, for one. About what? You're obligated to escort me to the store. Tresca says that and strikes a victory pose. Why I'm doing that? You do understand that refusal is futile. Well, aren't you full of yourself? I'm serious. I'm not the one who decided that. Do you think I'm delighted with your company? He's weird, constantly shifting between happiness, sadness, loudness, silence. He's a wacko, and his name is stupid. We're going or what? You can go, but I need to think. I'd be happy to, but I don't know the way. Tresca puts out a cunning smile. I bite my lower lip in frustration. I'll be honest with you, I don't like you. He simply bursts out laughing in reply. I do like you, though. Then he grabs my hand without hesitation. I don't have enough time to retort. Lead the way. This is odd interaction. Our trip to the store went fine, if not for the fact that Tresca was walking way faster than me. And on the other hand, at times he stopped abruptly and went backwards, studying the ground underneath his feet. In the end, the trip took... Oh, so is he the one from the first game? Is he? Or maybe she has like a multiple personality disorder, and we're one personality, and Tresca is another personality, and Tresca is the personality that went and got the milk in the first game. I don't know. In the end, the trip took a lot longer than it should. It says something in Russian, I think. After reaching the store's doors, we were greeted by a sign. We're closing in 20 minutes. Who had the bright idea to indicate their working hours in this way? Oh, 20-something. They probably have special staff for this. Someone who runs to change the sign every 5 minutes. It's convenient. Are you joking? Yeah. You're so annoying. It's much better than being boring. How old are you, by the way? None of your business. Haha. And what's your name? None of your business. I was ready to slap this brat, but a scary-looking man suddenly appeared behind the glass. He He's holding a cardboard sign that says we're closing in 15 minutes. Let's go, what are you waiting for? Huh? Oh, yeah. After another round of going across the long row of canned products, we realized that we're lost. I can't believe you don't know where they sell milk. Maybe we should ask somebody for directions? Sure. Hey, wait up. Jessica lets go of my hand and walks confidently toward one of the few store's customers. That person is standing with their back to us, studying something on the shelf. Hello, I can't hear neither the second part of his question nor the reply he gets, but my good-for-nothing friend freezes in place, looking the customer straight in the eye. I hurry toward them. Is it yours? The customer talks to me. He speaks with disgust while wearing a scornful expression. Is yours? Please get him away from me. Yes, I'm sorry. I grab Jessica's hand and lead him away. He's still looking at the customer, his mouth ajar and eyes popped. He's also shaking. Yeah, so that makes it seem like he is the protagonist from the first game, because whether it's like her or entirely character, I don't know, but like, the character in the first game saw the people as like monsters. So that would probably be like why he's frozen and tear. Only when we turn around the corner, Tresca calms down. What was that? I got so scared. He said, what? No, not again. Suddenly, Tresca starts screaming like crazy. I cover his mouth with my hand. His face is burning. He's crying. Do you act normal? You don't understand. Of course I don't. I don't understand anything. Annoying other people is still wrong, though. This is something you don't understand, it seems. You're mean. Sniff. Who, me? Jessica pushes me away and runs off. Jet. At the edge of my vision, I see the store staff hang a new sign on the door. There you are. I meet Tresca at the cash register. Before that, I managed to visit the milk department after finding out where it was, the milk department. Hey, you, move! I hear an angry voice coming from the other side of a long queue that's formed after Tresca. I squeeze through toward him. What happened? The boy doesn't respond. He just looks at his feet and sniffs. The cashier towers over him. There's a bag of milk lying between them. Oh, so those are the boxes underneath the sink. They're just bags of milk? Just tons and tons of bags of milk? Is it yours? Yes. Just leave him home next time. People in the queue nod in agreement. Pay for the goods, please. Yes, of course. And the waiting fee. What? You heard me. I did, but that's unheard of. Yeah, that's weird. Don't smile. Tresca starts giggling all of a sudden. With the fact that your son is... Oh no, that's terrible. But you heard me. You know what? In a fit of rage, I throw a banknote to the cashier of much higher value than needed, even counting in all the stupid fees. Then grab a bag of milk and turn around on my heels. We're leaving Tresca. I'm really taking responsibility for this boy we just randomly met on the sidewalk. Like, not even that long ago. We spend the whole trip back in silence. At some point, we end up turning right toward a gas station. There, Tresca finally breaks his silence. Do you like ice cream? No. Okay. I look at the boy's face. A light flickers in his eyes for a brief moment and then goes out. You know... He turns away from the path and walks straight toward the highway with determination. I stare at his back, confused. Ooh, are we gonna get hit by a car? Is this why we have pain and stuff? Seems like you're not helping me at all. Any playful light flickers in Tresca's eyes. That's what the protagonist says to you in the first game. You get a bad ending and then they, like, get rid of you. Okay, so I guess that's another ending. Okay, so I think we've clicked on everything we can. So maybe finish searching now. And then, so I did everything the same way I did the first time we went through this. And I think we're going to try the other dialogue option that like gets her to go out on the balcony. Okay, she's bringing up the code word. I don't like it when this happens. I don't want to remember certain things only when I want to, unless you've made that promise. I'll keep it, but you need to keep in mind that from this moment on, every word will bring me pain. I've been down and imagine falling into the abyss. I have exactly 2 minutes before I meet my end. Oh, okay. Were you gonna give me a code word? I had a friend online. My best friend. Even though the combination of letters he used instead of his name wasn't that cool. Well, the combination of pixels he had instead of his photo was also boring and unattractive. This is so strange and wrong, breaking the rules of being online. Why was he doing that? Maybe his code was a few lines short? I don't quite get what you mean. I could tell you about those rules. You can't find them anywhere, but I'm smart, so I figured them out myself. Although, I'm not sure if I should divulge them. Why? When I try to say what I think out loud, I tend to make mistakes. If I make just a single one, everything that comes after it contradicting my thoughts. And I end up with the opposite position. And I don't want that. According to that logic, it'd be better for you to keep your mouth shut forever. Yeah, that's my dream. Keep my mouth shut, never get up from bed, never see or hear anything. Just dream on and on. Oh, why is everything so terrible? Don't get distracted. So what was that about your friend? My friend? Ah, yes. He was brazen enough to... Come on, gather your thoughts. He somehow made me believe that he was real. He kept describing someone else's life to me in detail as if it was him. And he expected me to do the same. And then I told him everything about myself, without hiding a single thing. I grit my teeth. The wind whips my face without mercy. It slices my skin into uneven stripes as if it's a piece of thin cloth. He knew more about me than anybody else in the world. You know what he did? Yes. Haha. I don't know what he did. Sending an army of bots to harass me was probably fun. And what's most important, it was a win-win situation. They spawn here and there, simple bits of code that are effortless to run. No wonder the algorithm assigns the platform more often than the others from the list. Text and video generators get to work at the same time. My name surfaces on the web more and more. It's unbearable. Unbearable. From around every corner, every balcony, ceiling, attic, wall, I always feel many pairs of watchful eyes directed at me. And now they watch me from the screens, too. But I'll put an end to it. I've decided a long time ago. Though, maybe I only decided that only... My body finally crashes into the ground, smashing to a million of tiny pieces like porcelain. It's my second death for today already, so we got second death. I'm cold. Let's go back inside. Interesting. Just trying to get through that fast because I was worried there would actually be a time limit of 2 minutes. I return to my room. Thankfully, it hasn't changed one bit during the minutes I was outside. Without a second thought, I go toward my laptop and yank the power cable from the outlet. Ah, so that's new, I think. That's it. That's it. That's it! What are you gonna do? That's a silly question. I'm going to sleep, of course. Oh no, I think she did that the other time. Okay, it's a new day. As you can see, I have pulled up a guide to try and get these last 3 achievements, because there are a couple of endings we're missing, and I just kind of didn't know how to get them. So we're gonna get them today, so we can have a full experience here. Okay, so we did not find all the fireflies. We avoided her first death where she chokes, and then we got the second death where she falls off the balcony. So we just got unlocked the achievement, is anyone there, I think. I wake up lying on the cold floor in the center of a clamped room. I look around without standing up. There's no furniture, just naked walls and a single door. I can hear muffled sounds coming from the other side of it. Scary sounds. I hug my knees and wrap myself in my sweater like it's a blanket. It's no use. I'm chilled to the bone. The room is pretty spacious, but I still can't shake the feeling that I'm trapped inside a suffocating casket, and the faint blue glow that sneaks in through the keyhole only adds to that feeling. Do I want to know what's outside? As if on cue, an inhuman roar comes from the other side of the door. It becomes louder and louder, more and more distinct with every passing second. Somebody or something is getting closer. I curl into a ball, trying to take up as little space as possible. Maybe I can become invisible or become smaller in some miraculous way. In the meantime, the howl becomes unbearably loud. I blink for a moment, then it sheepishly backs off until I can't hear it anymore. I finally decide to stand up. After I do that, I hear another strange sound. It's coming from right above me now. The ceiling moves upwards, squeaking. Small debris is falling on my head. I squint a little, then raise my hand, trying to touch the ceiling, but it suddenly starts to rise quicker and instantly disappears into the darkness. I'm not in a casket anymore. Well, it wasn't exactly a casket now. It was a well in the form of a casket. The room becomes darker and colder. I'll have to do something at some point. Hours pass. I frantically run from one wall to another, delirious. The walls run away from me, making the already spacious room even bigger. In the end, I stand amidst endless darkness, and the only door is watching me with its eye. I kept purposely avoiding it. I could sometimes hear horrified rustles and howls on the outside. However, now I don't even have a choice anymore. I slowly come up to the door and reach out toward it. As expected, the door also moves away from me. I continue moving forward with my hand stretched out. I don't want to lose the only source of light in this pitch black darkness. At some point, I get tired of sneaking up in the door like it's some wild animal, so I lunge at it, trying to grab the handle. However, at the last moment, the door whizzes away, and I fall to the cold floor, unable to keep my balance. It hurts. Stupid door. Stupid, nasty, cursed door. I hate you. I hate you. I scream at the top of my lungs. I finally let out all of the despair that I had bottled up. I slowly realized how horrible the situation I ended up in. No. I don't stop screaming for a moment, because I'm scared to end up in complete silence. If the reality around me disappears, my twisted imagination will take over, and the realest thing I have right now is my voice. Hey, I can hear you. A voice, coming from the other side of the door. I'm here. Come closer. I scream thrice, as hard as before. I scream until my throat hurts, until my ears start buzzing. My biggest wish right now is to keep in touch with that person, whoever they are. Hey, where are you? Okay, those are legs. I rush towards the door, stumbling on the way. I keep running for a minute, for 10 minutes, but the door isn't even an inch closer. At the same time, the distance between us haven't grown either, which means I match it in speed. I just need to make one final push. I gather the last bit of strength I have and push my legs off the ground. The jump feels like an eternity. I stretch out my hand, almost touching the scratchy wood. I dive face first onto the ground with ridiculous speed. I slide at least 30 more feet like that, thanks to inertia, leaving behind a bloody trail. Really? 30 feet? My hand is still outstretched, trying to grab empty space. Tears stream down my face, making the numerous scratches burn. I try to wipe them, but I scream and yank my hand away the moment I touch my face. My lips and nose are now a mushy mess. Oh, I guess that would happen after 30 feet. Somebody help. The other side of the door is completely silent. Silence reigns for an excruciatingly long time. However, at some point, that silent torture ends. Hey, I can see you. I try to reply, but stifled whimpers come out of my throat instead of words. Are you hurt? Yes. I stand up from my knees despite continuing to cry. I take a couple of deep breaths and start running again. I keep running for hours. I feel like the door is closer to me by an inch or two now. I almost let myself stop for rest at that thought. Hours without training? That's pretty impressive. I can't rest. I'll catch up to it sooner or later. The voice from the other side of the door keeps asking me how I feel. I let out heavy, ragged breaths in reply. I fall from exhaustion if I utter even a single word. Still, I'm thankful to them and don't want them to become silent. After another hour passes, I barely scratch the handle with my nails. I'm almost there. I'm so scared. Why aren't you doing anything? Why are they doing this to me? Don't they understand how painful this is for me? Almost there. You're scaring me. Go away. Great response after we've been running for literally hours. Rage fills my brain. I ignore the pain in my bones and channel all my strength into one final jump. No! Go away! I firmly grasp the handle and open the door. Blinding light hits my eyes. I lose the ground beneath my feet and start falling. I'm lying face down in grass. I smell water, earth, and the dampness of the night. And grass, of course. The wind tickles the back of my head. It howls and jumps around restlessly. Lying down like this is unpleasant and rude when nature is so alive around me with sounds and, I'm pretty sure, colors, too. I stand up full of anticipation. I see an endless field, a clear sky without a single star, and a pale moon somewhere very, very far away. I shake my head and try to focus my eyes on anything, but to no avail. My surroundings are just too vast. I feel dizzy. Bam! I'm lying in the thick, wet grass again. This time I'm looking at the darkness of a night sky instead of just darkness. Is there any real difference, though? The wind howls. It's clearly upset. What can I do about it? I hear an indiscernible echo coming from far away. A wolf or someone else. Does it even matter? I'm in the grass. Nobody can see me. Ooh. The echo draws closer and closer. At some point I realize that it's not a wolf. I jump up and start turning my head in panic. Where is that sound coming from? I haven't said that out loud, but got an instant reply. Ooh. Hey, I can hear you. My voice runs across the field, mixing with the rustle of the grass and the howls of the wind. It feels like it's about to get absorbed by them, but... Ooh! Hey, where are you? Please stop making me make this sound. Woo! I can't understand where should I run to, and if I should run at all. Somebody clearly wants me to find and help them. Maybe they're hurt? The grass tickles my heels when I drag my feet in the direction where I think the sound is coming from. It's just, there's not a single tree or stone around, only an endlessly wide field. I hear a resounding, painful scream. I shut my eyes and cover my ears. I suddenly feel scared. Okay, so maybe we were talking to ourselves the entire time for earlier in that dream sequence. The scream turns into a cry. I carefully raise my head, still scared to death. Somewhere very far away among the thick grass, I spot a silhouette. Just a small black spot, but... Hey, I can see you! The silhouette doesn't move, but the sound is definitely coming from its direction. Yeah, that's the case. We're seeing ourselves. No, it's not a scream. More like a whisper or a wheeze. Ooh! Are you hurt? No reaction again. Just muffled sounds. Maybe it's the wind going mad, and the black spot is just a stone or a tree. Shaped like a person. I walk away, disappointed. 100 steps, 200 steps, then I turn around. Surprisingly, the spot hasn't become smaller. I start jogging. The grass is no longer tickling me, sweeping my ankles in cuts. A feeling of panic and unexplainable dread grow inside me. A stone, a tree. Why does this feel endless? I don't turn around anymore. I know that it's chasing me. The sound reaching my ears become even stranger, louder, more distinct. The wind is bullying me too, huh? Isn't that right? That's the case, right? Finally, I stop. I ran out of breath. I'm at the brink of dying. At least I think so. Ooh! The horrifying voice is coming right from behind me. I turn around instinctively and, for some reason, try to shield my face, but end up losing balance and falling to the ground. The grass replies with a nasty, cackling rustle. Ooh! I've had enough. I've had enough of making that sound. Personally. I spring up. The silhouette is still there at the same distance as before. It's standing there, without moving an inch. I'm scared here, you know? Why won't you do anything? The silhouette trembles and starts slowly gliding toward me, followed by new sounds. Wheezes, moans. Fear shackles me. I can only stand and watch the approaching black spot. My lips are parched. I speak in a voice I don't recognize. You're scaring me. Go away. After that, the spot expands rapidly, and, in the blink of an eye, most of the sky in the field is consumed by the sticky, cold darkness. Paralysis finally lets my body go, and I immediately sprint away. Ooh! I run so fast that the grass turns into a dark green bush under my feet. I slip up, fall, and run again. Ooh! I sound like a dying cow down here. No, 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 no. Ooh. No! Go away! An unknown force turns my head with a crunching sound and the darkness consumes everything. I wake up on the cold floor in the center of a cramped room. I look around without standing up. There's no furniture, just naked walls. Okay, so I guess that's one ending. Okay, so for this one, we did not find all the fireflies, and we didn't trigger any extra scenes. Yeah, we got the achievement I looked down. Sorry, I chose like the squeakiest chair to sit in. I wake up and immediately almost lose consciousness from horror. A thin metal stairway shakes around a giant column, disappearing into the darkness. I press myself into the cold wall and pray that I freeze into it. This feeling. I never spent a couple of hours or days here, but I don't know how high the column is. I don't know whether I'm going up or down. billion pounds of concrete and a million miles of emptiness. It's impossible to stay sane when you're near cosmic numbers like that, looking at them, touching them. Even thinking of them makes me feel unimaginable horror. It's just a matter of time before my short term here will end. My mind will melt and my body will turn to dust. The wall's coarse surface scratches my face. Steps under my feet hum from the wind, eager to escape the concrete's clutches and dive into the abyss along with me. But I'll stay here. I'll stay here without going anywhere. I won't even open my mouth. My every word will be swallowed up by the abyss. I won't take a single step. Why would I? To find out where the stairway abruptly ends? It's all meaningless. Many units of time pass, but I'm still unmoving. My whole body is trembling, but then I realize it's the whole space around me that is trembling. It can't wait to destroy me. Maybe I should gather my will and at least turn my head? That thought doesn't stay in my head for long. It's torn out with inhuman force. Unaware of what's about to happen, I slowly turn my whole body with a squeak. No, this is not what I wanted. Don't! Amongst the silence sings a lonely colossus, unmoving. Until the music stops, the bridge across the dark abyss cannot be seen. Oh my. It's a lot of columns to walk up or down. Oppressive, thick, sticky air drives itself into my ears, silencing my thoughts with a haphazard string of words while I watch the scene before me unfold. Hundreds of giant concrete structures, just like mine, spread in tiny rows endlessly in all directions. Stairways wrap around them like vines. There, at the end of this world, there's a person smiling. This world still exists, but all that makes it both exists and not. This doesn't make any sense. I try to erect a mind block, but to no avail. My brain is already at the mercy of the super creature. A month passes, and I realize that my body doesn't belong to me either anymore. My legs start moving on their own. The only thing I can do is choose the direction. Up, down, or... The crowd notices blood on Wozik's hands. He runs away. Mendel appears. He has nothing human about him, apart from his excessive grace and hidden elegance. He walks out to the center of the stage. First act begins. I don't know what that's a reference to, or if it's like an actual play or what. Foreign thoughts become even more incoherent. There's less and less space for my own. Do you feel the connection to your body clearly, or does it still cause confusion and fear? If you've been living through that fear a lot recently, how did it manifest exactly? Answer honestly, don't hide anything. The metal music from the beginning. I decided to descend. You can have a sneaking suspicion that something is wrong, because your path has changed. Maybe you started talking in a wrong way or made some sort of mistake. If so, start getting used to your new life. Try creating imagery that would instill the feeling that everything is as it should be, and with time, it will create a new order inside you. It's kind of like Rorschach blotches, and I wonder if these are like phrases from therapy sessions or something. I don't doubt that you're going through some hard times, but you have to make sacrifices, grow up. Only then you'll be able to obtain the meaning of life. Do you get it? Try that if you find it important. Every passing day is a precious gift. If you share a piece of that gift with the world even once, it'll seem like a speck of dust. Do you get it? No, I'm sorry. I won't get that then. Do you get it? Okay, that doesn't make any sense. Do you get it? Do you get it? Yes, even you get it. When you notice how people look at themselves in the mirror, when you look at your own reflection and realize that it exists in reality, do you understand how exactly it exists? Okay, and then she wakes up and sees the moon. Okay, so for this last ending, we have to click the secret piece of paper here, this hidden item after having found all the fireflies. Or rather, I found all the fireflies, and now we've found the secret item. So what's this? And we haven't triggered any of the other death scenes or whatever, or balcony scene. Okay, well, that was all she had to say about that. Okay, so that's the last achievement. Are we friends? Hello, thank you for choosing our pizzeria. You know, this place is so empty, though I don't feel particularly good or bad because of it. I'm all alone, but at the same time it feels like I'm not. There's a lot of thoughts in my head. They always keep me entertained. I can create a whole world with them. I'm sure it'll be able to fill the void around me if I try hard enough. Although, no matter how much I think, my surroundings don't change. Yes, things happen in my head, but they never left its premises. And it's not like I tried to suppress them. Maybe they're afraid to come out? What kind of pizza would you like to order? Are you just telling this all to the pizza guy? Anyway, there's so much space in my head that could be put to good use. So every thought would make me a senseless and merciless circle in my head, destined to go back to where it started. But there should be an end somewhere. You can't wander around forever. What do you think, Pizza Man? I know it sounds scary, but it's not scarier than constantly existing among the void. This place is safe, and nothing bad will happen here. Nothing good will happen either, though. That Pizza Man's like, I don't get paid enough for this. Please note that we have a special offer right now. 3 pizzas for the price of 2! Yeah, there's probably nothing good in having the same thoughts over and over. What's the point of having them anyway? I could have escaped from here, but I feel like my thoughts aren't helping me at all. And they should be ashamed, probably. It's nobody's fault that I can't even see a door here. I would have had it easier with one. Not that one ending. I tried to find it. It turned out to be a waste of time. And no matter where I look, it's not looking good, pun not intended. And that strips me of at least a bit of hope for salvation. He's sweating like, you've really laid out a whole lot of information on me. We also have a discount program for new customers. You can learn more about it on your account page. Don't you think that me being here is also a waste of time? What's the point in that? I can just keep on thinking. And even then, my thoughts are as meaningless and empty as everything else. It doesn't mean that I'm not filling the void, but I am a part of it? Then why should I feel anything? Why should I know that I exist? Although, I'm not even sure about that. This place is always neither warm nor cold. It's neutral. But at the same time, if I think about warmth, I feel warm. Maybe this world corresponds to my thoughts? I wouldn't want to admit that I'm completely empty. I'm not the reason everything had disappeared, right? Can't I just adapt and get used to having nothing around me since I can't do anything about it? You ready to make your order? It's been like all day. Yes, that's right. I shouldn't care. It's empty here, and it makes me feel neither good nor bad. I feel like in reality, the pizza guy would have hung up on you or not even have bothered responding after a long time. I'm all alone, but at the same time it feels like I'm not. There are a lot of thoughts in my head. They always keep me entertained. I could create a whole world with them. Whew, this place is safe and nothing bad will happen here. Nothing good will happen either, though. We've already had that. Me being here is a waste of time. I don't feel the void. I'm a part of it. It strips me of the last bit of hope for salvation. I've already said that too. I shouldn't care. It's empty here, and it makes me feel neither good nor bad. It's nobody's fault that I can't even see a door here. What's the point in having one? I feel like nobody's helping me. They should feel ashamed. I wouldn't want to admit it, but I'm all alone here. I can't do anything about it. We're gonna get hit by, like, a train. Gosh. Don't be texting on the train tracks. Please note that we have a special offer right now. 4 pizzas for the price of 2. He's like, please order a pizza. I don't care that this place is empty, you hear? I feel neither good nor bad. Maybe this is a strategy you could use to get a good deal on pizza. Don't actually do that. That was a bad joke. I'm all in. My head is full of thoughts. They eclipse the world around me. The space is pretty cramped, but at least it's safe. Even though I'll never feel good here. Does that mean existing is a waste of time? I need to decide, and my thoughts will help me. They'll lead me to the exit, and I'll be able to feel proud of myself. I'll be able to save myself. At the same time, I don't really care anymore. This place is empty, but it makes me feel neither good nor bad. I'm alone, but my head is full of thoughts. The whole world, one might say. If I try hard enough, it'll be able to fill all the void around me. Still, there's like a little voice. No matter how much I keep thinking, my surroundings don't change. Yes, something happened outside of my head, but it kind of sounds like it's a voice recording in reverse. What was it? There's not enough space for my thoughts. It's already filled with something else. Even if there's nothing around me, I'm still here. My head is full of thoughts. If I try hard enough. So the world isn't empty after all. I can't see anything. Session timeout. Please reload. That was a long session. Okay, yeah. And she wakes up. So that was bag of milk outside a bag of milk outside a bag of milk. My thoughts are, overall, I mean, it was interesting. It was, it had a lot more content than the first game. I'm not sure if I think that's a good thing per se. I think what I don't like is that it didn't feel like we got like any answers about like her situation or anything clarified, and I would have really have liked to at least gotten some information about like what is possibly going on with her family, because like we know her dad's not involved and her mom is kind of cruel to her or whatever, but I don't know, I don't think we got a whole lot of information, and I don't find that satisfying, and I wish we had had more of a satisfying conclusion, or even like a conclusion where she gets help or she doesn't get help. I don't know, like something less fever dreamy. But some of the fever dream parts of the game are cool. I don't know. Yeah, that's all for this game. If you enjoyed it, please consider liking and subscribing. It helps the channel, and I will see you next time.